What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we are going to go over the charts real quick. I just got back from the gym, that's why I'm a little late. So anyways, I let you guys know on Twitter I would be doing a video after the gym. So here I am trying to get healthy again. Anyways, let's get into it. So we're going to start out on the longer term charts, and then we're going to dig into what's going on right now. If you guys have been following me on Twitter, you have been expecting all this. I've been trying to give tweets out to show what I'm seeing. I throw charts out there, and I don't constantly throw a bunch of different ones out there because they pretty much always stay the same. If they change, I'll throw a different one out. But we're going to look at this on the 3-day real quick. This is a chart that we have been looking at for a extremely long time. Let me get this off there. All right, so you can see here, these are the parabolic arcs. Every time we break the arc, we are in a bear market. We broke back over here. I do believe we are in a bear market. I actually believe the bear market started back here at 64. We called the top at 64K back. We actually called it, I think it was in January. It hit in April. But anyways, I was talking about an ABC bull trap, which we did get. It just went higher than I expected. Nevertheless, we got it coming down. Let's see where we're at. These are the fib channels in here. And our next fib channel, we've been talking about this. Now keep in mind, this is all going to go together. So pay attention and listen as we go through. We're also going to be taking a look at Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Dow Jones, gold, silver. So anyways, stick around. We're going to put it all together, see what's going on. So let's take a look at, make sure you guys smash that like button, also help the algorithm out. And right now, real quick, for those of you that think we're going to still hit an all-time high this year, put 1 in the chat. For those that don't, put 2 in the chat. I'm curious to see what we got going on here. Thanks, Team Green. All right, there's still some people believing that we're going to go to a no all-time high. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to. So anyways, I had said last year if we hit 100K last year, I would delete my account. Here I am, still here. So anyways, the next level to test here on these this fib channel here is about 33.4, 33.5, depending on if, when, and where we hit it, right? So let's take a look at the Amazon to Bitcoin chart. I made these charts, or this chart here, back on December 2nd. Everybody laughed, said there was no way it was possible. It is playing out almost exactly to the T. Even the RSI here. This is the weekly Amazon.com bubble burst. This was the Super Bowl right here back then, and this was the Super Bowl that we just had. Everything is lining up. Even Michael Saylor was pitching all the .com bubble stuff before he shorted his own stocks and made a killing, which I do believe he's doing again. You be the judge of that. Make up your own mind. That's just my speculation. But it is obvious he was involved back then. He bought in about the same time back here in the .com bubble. Like I said, the RSIs are playing out beautifully, almost identical. I've pointed this out a million times. Also, the MACD down here is playing out, again, almost identical. You can't make this stuff up. So, like I said, remember that number we talked about on the fib. So this is around 33.4, 33.5, the same area. Now, if this line here breaks, guys, we are definitely going down to the mid to lower 20s range. Now, for those of you that want to be bullish, this is Bitcoin's last chance to be bullish, in my opinion. Otherwise, I think we're going to see much lower lows. And by that, I mean, could go down to, if it played out like this, again, it sure looks like it. You can see there was this VPVR range right here that we dropped below in Amazon, and the measure it out, and it's around $3,800 to 4,000, 38 to 4,500, somewhere in that area. Not saying it has to happen, guys, but I do want you guys to know it is very possible. Talked about this being the top. After we called this top, we had this big fake out, just a big bull trap that we were expecting, going higher than expected, but I told you guys to watch out. Made the video on December 2nd showing you this chart. No way. It's going to 100,000, no doubt. Another thing I want to talk about is, you'll notice Bitcoin on every 4-year cycle tops around November, December. Why would this time be any different? I know they're talking about lengthening cycles, blah, blah, blah. Well, they always have to come up with a narrative when it doesn't fit. They don't want you to think that Bitcoin has topped and we are going in a long bear market. Another thing I had been showing you guys on the weekly chart in the RSI, before it even retested here, once we broke here, we were talking about a retest. I had this circle here before it happened. Bam. We retested that trend line perfectly. You guys know on this channel, I stress the RSI. It is a great indicator. Anyways, this would be the last. If we break this 33.2, 33.5 range, break down below here, this is Bitcoin's last hope, in my opinion, for a continuation of the bull run. If it breaks that 24, I think we're going much lower than 10K. That's my opinion. Doesn't have to be yours. I know people think it's absolutely impossible. Nothing is impossible in any market. Just remember that. So this is my daily chart that we were looking at. This was the wave count over here. And this was the rising broadening wedge I had talked about with the big ABC here. Told you guys if we broke this, the target of that rising broadening wedge, you'd pull the target up here, pull it down to where it broke, and we get about that 23 to 24,000 range. Still have plenty of room in the RSI to get down there. I do think we're most likely going to see that lower to mid 20,000 range at least. Again, I do expect to bounce around that time. Just because it's a good area to bounce. But be careful, because a lot of times when people expect a bounce, we don't get a bounce, and vice versa. When people expect rejection, like back here, they thought it was going to take, where was it? Right back here. They thought getting above 6,000 would take years. Well, we busted right through it. It never even held it back. And we may see the same thing here. So be cautious, guys. Be careful. We're going to go over some other stuff here, but if you've been following the channel, like I said, none of this stuff has surprised you. If you guys do want to trade, I do suggest Prime XBT. It is my favorite exchange. If you go up here in the contest section, you can click in there and learn to use, without any risk, you can learn to use their platform, because you get free money to join the contest, and you can win real tradable money if you win the contest. But that'll help you get familiar with it without any risk. And then if you get a strategy that works, or if you're an experienced trader, obviously you can do whatever you want. But if you get a strategy that works and you're new, put $5 or $10 in, no more than that. Whatever, depending on your risk tolerance, whatever your financial situation is. But start out small. Don't start out putting tens of thousands of dollars in and think you're going to get rich in a day. That's not how it happens. Get a strategy that works first. Practice. But anyways, on here, you can use my promo code SAVVY50. I do have a link down below. My promo code is SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus. And Savvy25, you get 25% off the fees. Also, there is a tutorial here on my YouTube channel. If you go to it, scroll down, there's some free short tutorials here. They're just little ones I made a long time ago, but the info is still good. There's some other free ones here, but the Prime XBT one right here is the one you want to look. It'll show you where to put the promo codes and stuff for Prime. So check it out. Now let's look at the 4 hour. So this is the 4 hour. We're looking at this rising channel in blue. Obviously, we broke up above it here, got a trap. Looks like it pretty much the same as on the daily, but in a smaller time frame, the 4 hour here. The measured moves. The first one, we just measured the channel, and that one is about 35,189. And the second one, if we measure that whole wedge to where it broke, that gets us down to about the 30,700 range. Now the 30,700 range will be breaking that long-term support that we had talked about. We also are watching this on the 4 hour. If you're in our Discord, if you're not in the Discord, that's free also down below. And guys, you can follow me on Twitter. It's at CryptoSavvy1. It is at Crypto Savvy One. There's a lot of scammers out there. Make sure you get the right one. It's not at Crypto. The O is not a 0. The O is an actual O. So make sure you check that out. I've also started a TikTok. I just started playing with it. It's at Crypto Savvy. There is no one. There are. And another thing I want to tell you guys, I will never get a hold of you in the comments below or email you or anything else telling you to invest in anything or telling you I'm going to give you any advice. The only places you could talk to me are on my real Twitter account and in the Discord. People know me in the Discord. There are some fakes in the Discord too. Make sure we get them out of there as quick as we can, but make sure you're just very careful there. So anyways, we got a rejection right on this trend line like we thought. And if you look at it on the 4 hour here and we zoom in, you can see we had a higher high in the RSI here and a lower high in the price action. That was hidden bearish divergence. We talk about that all the time. And you'll see this here. I posted this. Let me get that out of the way real quick. Posted this on Twitter the other day, yesterday, I believe. We hit the wave 4 almost perfectly, a little bit quicker than I thought. But what I do think this is, and now we have hit our target down here, but what I do think this is a wave 1, wave 2. This was all a wave 3 here. So technically this comes down to wave 3, possibly. Maybe we'll get a bounce up, but wave 4 cannot go higher than 41.5. I don't think it'll go that high. That would be a deep correction. Maybe come up and test this range. We may just form a triangle here, but I do think we're going to at least get back down to this 35.1 area here eventually. I'm going to go into some other charts here real quick. I just wanted to point all this stuff out, but the measured move of the rising broadening wedge, and people think it has to be one red candle all the way down. That's not how it works. Do you see anywhere in this chart where everything was just one candle all the way down? No, the markets bounce around, guys. That's why I don't think, especially if you're new, I would not day trade. I would just more or less swing trade, be in the trades for longer. It's much safer. You get a much more patience, use less leverage. You know, then it's up to you. Once you learn how to trade, you know, make up your own minds. But all right, let's go into what chart is this here? Oh, our Lux Algo. What did that do? So if you'd have been in looking for a long here where the buy was back here, you would have had your first take profit here, would have not made it to your second stop take profit. But that's set up for longs. You guys know I was shorting, so I just showed on the last video longs. But let's set it up for longs. What is going on? I can't get it on there. Why is this not pulling it up? There we go. So if you set it up for your long, let's see how that did. Or your short, I'm sorry. So if you just set it up for short, your short signal was right here, strong short signal. That would have got you in a short at about 43.9. We talked about that in the last video. Your first take profit would be here at 37.7. Second take profit would be about 34.9, which lines up pretty damn good with our chart right here, which is about 35.1. So check out the Lux indicator if you guys are trading. It does cost, you get a 20% discount using my link down below, but if you're not an actual active trader, there's no reason to buy any indicator. Just it's just another tool to have. You never want to trade off of any indicator solely. Like I use the RSI, I use my EMAs here. Most of you guys know my EMA strategy, but never trust just one. You need confirmation of many, and you'll learn that as you trade if you stick around long enough to trade. But the Lux Algo has, like I said, I've been playing with it, adjusting different things on it, and it's been pretty damn accurate. As long as it goes along with, you know, my already ideas of trading, then I you know, have been sticking with it. I have not been trading on it solely though. But anyways, another way to help support the channel is my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. A lot of cool stuff on there. I talk about divergence a lot. You guys can get on there. She makes mouse pads. They have the divergence cheat sheet on them, so it's right there all the time if you're at your computer trading and you're trying to learn. That's one of the hardest things to learn is divergence, whether it be bearish, bullish, hidden bearish. Great way to learn it with it, have it sitting right there. There's a lot of good stuff on her page. She makes it all herself. Definitely check it out. So next is our Ethereum chart. You guys know my target is rising broadening wedge here for Ethereum. It's right around 1850, but we had talked about possibly bouncing around in these ranges. If we do lose 2550 again, I'm looking for the 1850 range. All in all, if we are in a bear market, we could be going much lower, like down to the $400 to $500 range, maybe even lower if we're in that long-term bear market. Now, one thing I want to point out, I talked about the long-term bear market, and I forgot to mention it this time, but if it was to play out like this, that would put the bottom of the bear market right around 2023, which would match up with every time Bitcoin had a bear market. Same type deal. Back in 2018, when it topped out in 2017, 2019, it bottomed in the beginning of 2019. So I looked for sometime in 2023. I'm looking more towards the summer or fall of 2023, but we'll see how it plays out, if it even plays out like this, which it seems to be doing pretty well. Thank you, MD, for the super chat. I will be getting into the chat in a minute. Let's look at Litecoin. So you guys know my target for the bear market, Litecoin, is down here about 24 bucks. Could go much lower if we are in that longer term bear market. I had showed you guys this hidden bearish divergence here, played out wonderfully. I think we showed you that on Ethereum also. Yeah, same thing here, hidden bearish divergence on Ethereum. My target's still the same for this. Now we can extend this up a little bit, and this would be our new resistance on here. If you get above, you might want to put a little long in. It's going to be around 119, but it's looking pretty bearish. XRP, same thing, guys. We got rejected at our resistance there. XRP, I look for around 20 cents. If we are in the bear market that I do believe we're in, somewhere down in that range, if that breaks, it's pretty damn bad. So the Dow Jones, obviously it didn't trade today, but that's a good thing about Prime XBT. If you do get on Prime, you could have been trading the Dow, the S&P, everything on there. You can trade there without paying extra. A lot of places, if you want to trade after hours and stuff, you have to pay extra. You do not have to pay extra on Prime. So that's another good thing. And you can trade gold, silver, everything on Prime XBT. You can have multiple trades in without having to clump them all together like a lot of the exchanges. It's funny, you get a lot of viewers on here and then they disappear because I'm bearish and they only want to hear bullish stuff that we're going to the moon, and I truly feel sorry for those guys. All right, so gold got rejected where we were talking about it, that 1912. If it breaks the 1912, I'd be looking for around the 1970 range, and that might be about it. That might be this just being still a bigger ABC, but I'm not bullish on gold yet. Silver, like I've been saying, until we pass this 2484, there's no reason to be bullish on silver. I'm looking for a $20 silver. DXY, I have not even looked at that today. Bullish as hell. It is bullish looking. All right, let's get into the chat, see what you guys got to say. And let me check something real quick. All right. Oops. Yes, I am blonde truther. Vodka boycott. Yeah, they love buying the top, said Cyberwolf Trader. Yeah, I mean, if people would take their emotions out, even, you know, to be able to look at other possibilities, they probably wouldn't be getting as wrecked as they are, but they just want to believe Bitcoin's going to the moon. And you know, the funny thing is, you know, everybody talks about, the news is talking about it because of the stuff going on up north and blah, blah, blah. For one thing, okay, up in Canada. So if you can send them people Bitcoin, they still can't cash the shit out. I don't know. The way people think about this and just push a narrative so bad, that's usually a time when they're just trying to get retailers to buy so they can dump into them. That's what happens. That's how markets work. Savvy, how much do you follow S&P? Seems to have much more direction correlations with BTC. It does, Chris, and something you need to check out is look, like I talk about the dot-com bubble. Everybody thinks there's one more wave in S&P. Go back and look in the 99 to 2000 range. Everybody expected that one last fifth wave in S&P, and it never came. And it's all around the same time period as right now. And the reason I believe that this Amazon deal is going to play out, or there's a very good possibility that's going to play it out, I'll say it that way, is all this time, and it was a long bear market. It was 10 years until it broke that all-time high again. 10 years. But the good thing is it washed out all the scam.coms, and we got a lot of scammy cryptos to wash out. A lot. 99.9% of them are absolute trash. What is there, like 7,000 or something now? You got other people starting them and just dumping on their followers, and just sick stuff going on with it, man. All that crap needs to be washed out before this market is going to be matured and actually do any good. Yeah, all these crap shit coins claiming to solve a problem that we don't even have is just ridiculous. You were constantly calling for ridiculous low prices and we wouldn't get over 50 somewhere. We went to 69. Slippage, you obviously don't pay attention. Called for an ABC correction, which we got. And I'm sorry you bought the top and are losing your ass. You know, good luck next time, buddy. How did you set up your current 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I'll show you real quick what I did there. So, try to move this out of the way. So first of all, and slippage, you're still here, aren't you, buddy? All right, so I was looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, right? So looking for the third wave, you take your Fibonacci retracement or your Fibonacci extension. You go from wave 1 up here, this little tiny wave, to wave 2. And that got me to, oh, shit, let me get this out of the way. I hope you can see it with all this crap on here. I just don't want to take it off. I like to keep my charts the same so I don't have to change crap all the time. But so the 618 was down to here. So what I did was I took from here, looking at this as wave 1 of 3, 1, 2, and then look for 3 wave, then my 4 wave and 5 wave. Let me get this out of the way. You can see this was the point 1.618. That's usually where the third wave ends. And then I came up with 4, and then 5 is what gave me this right here, right there. And that's why I had the, whoops, I'm sorry. That's not where it was. Back that up. Like that. But like I said, the 4th wave, obviously, I thought it might take a little bit longer before coming down. But it went up and hit almost exact to the 1.272. And the reason I'm looking at the 4th wave being a short correction was because this 2 wave was a deep correction, and usually they go vice versa. Can't see Bitcoin going that low. I will go all in at 10K. Right on. Nobody thought it would go below 40K. When then 40K gets below 40K, now everybody's saying 30K is going to hold. Then they'll say 20K. It happens every bear market. That's how you get your money taken, by believing that stuff. Let me show you back here. Go back to 2018. Actually, let me do it in the daily chart. And I'll show you how bear markets work. We've talked about this plenty of times. And you're new. I get it. Most of you are new and just don't get it. You believe in the Bitcoin cult. There's a lot that has to be washed out of this market for it to succeed. But back here in the Amazon bubble, when every bounce, people were like, oh my God, yes, it's going back. We're going to a new all-time high. And then it drops down again. Oh, I wish I would have sold up here. I'll wait. It'll get back up there. And then when it starts to get back up there, they're too scared to sell all the way down. That happens in a bear market. Bitcoin is no different, guys. If you look back here in 2018, that whole year, everybody, every bounce was calling for that. Was it. That was the bottom, new all-time high coming, and then boom, drop again. And then everybody, oh, I wish I would have sold up here at 17. Well, it starts going back up, gets back up to 15. They don't sell. It goes lower. Oh, I wish I would have sold at 15. Wish I'd have sold at 15. It gets a bounce here. They still don't sell. They buy more. They think it's going to a new all-time high. Drops again, and then boom. And it just sucked everyone dry. All the newbies dry. Then everybody was claiming this was going to hold and we're going to get a bounce. It did not. It dropped. I made my first video right here, actually. You can go back, my very first video, calling the bottom, saying that was it. You can go back and check it out. But anyways, it went all the way down to $30 or $3,000. And once we were up in this range, up here, no way it's ever going below 8,000 again. I mean, that is not how you trade. If you're just buying to hold and you believe that Bitcoin is going to succeed, which is possible, but it's still 100% speculation. Nobody talks about that. And these big companies that are buying it don't give a shit about Bitcoin. They are making money. They want to make money. Welcome, Mohanad. I compared BTC to the NASDAQ chart in 2007. Remember, they are pretty similar. September, they were pretty similar. Yeah, but that in 2007 has nothing to do with what's going on right now. The Amazon and the .com bubble are pretty much the same type of stuff was going on. It's not just the... And everybody's saying that's similar, and actually it wasn't. This is almost identical. You got your ABC correction here. I don't know. I'm not even going to say it anymore. I've said it a million times and people just want to argue it. You can argue it when it gets invalidated. So far, it's valid as hell. Valid as hell. I don't have any favorite coins and I really only trade Bitcoin. I honestly think Ethereum is garbage. It'll never scale. But 2.0 will probably never come. Yeah, it's just my thoughts on it. If anything's going to succeed, Bitcoin has to succeed. I know a lot of people talk about Bitcoin's old and blah, 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 blah. If Bitcoin died right now and went to zero, which is not going to happen, but if it did, everything else will be gone. Everything relies on Bitcoin. All of the crypto relies on Bitcoin. And if you don't think it does, you have another thing coming. Another thing I want to point out is you look at the macro chart, everybody says Bitcoin always goes up, right? Always goes up. So I have a wave count that this is the fifth wave, the end right here, and we have a big correction. A lot of people don't think it can go, down to 10,000. I think it can. I think it can go under 5,000. Some people are actually thinking 1,200. I'm not saying it can't, because it can do anything. It could go to a new all-time high this year. It's still possible. I just don't see it. But every time it has broken the parabolic arcs here, this was 76%, this was 78%. And if it only went, let's see, what was this one? I thought I had it on here. Did I? Oh yeah, so if it went even 75 here would be 13,000. 78 like it did the last one, but each time was more, so it'd actually be about 80, would be about 11,000. But for you to not think that can happen or that is impossible, look around what's going on in the world today. Let me see if I got so many old charts I need to get rid of, but I think I do have. Let me try to find the It's on here somewhere. Right here is my 10-year cycle. And it actually counts out and measures out good that this is big wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we have a big, massive correction. And to think that's not possible is crazy. Just have a plan if it doesn't. Like I said, if this gets invalidated, and I see a reason to get bullish, but as of right now, everybody talks about, you know, this is just like the last bounce. Well, if you look here, this yellow line is a 55 EMA. We never opened and closed one weekly candle under that, the last bounce here. We've closed now one, open and closed, not just closed or not just open, opened and closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this will be 7 if it closes below the 43 range. 7 candles below the 55 EMA. That is not in any way, shape, or form bullish at all. And another thing we looked at, and I showed you guys last month, where's that chart I just pulled up? Was this. I made a video on it. 3 black crows in the monthly right here. That is a major bearish sign. Although this candle wasn't quite as long as the prior one, it's still, I still think that's a good possibility that that's 3 black crows there, and it's a major bearish sign. Major bearish sign. And that's on the monthly. Not good. Do you see a falling wedge on the 4-hour chart? These falling wedges that the bulls keep drawing. No, I don't see a falling wedge. That's the only chart, or the only pattern they know how to see, apparently. But no, I don't see a falling wedge. A falling broadening wedge, maybe. But no, I don't really see one in there. Let me get all this stuff off of here. Clear it up a little bit. You are talking about this right here. Is that what you're talking about? Possibly, and that could go to wave 5 here. Like this could go up and retest that wedge. Would it measure up? Pretty close. Around that 41.2 to 41.5. Remember, as long as it's below this trend line here, which if it took another, 5 days, and it didn't get or it crosses 42.755 back up into this, above this channel, then I would start to look like it was a reversal. But as of right now, I just don't see it. But yeah, look for a break. You'd have to break this high, obviously, around 39.5 would signify a breakout. Would probably come down to retest this. If it gets a bounce, then kudos, back up. 21 EMA on the 4-hour also is lining up with that. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, I wanted to get a quick video. Yeah, do me a favor. If most of you guys are around, I'm going to ask you guys, and you can leave in the comments below if you're watching after the video. Do make sure you smash that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. But I do want to ask you guys, would you rather have, I'm in the Eastern time zone, so right now it is 6 or 5:50 or something. So would you guys rather have morning updates or evening updates? If you'd rather have mornings, hit 1. And if you'd rather have evenings, hit 2. And if you're commenting after the video, after the live, just write in morning or evening. Kind of a mixed book. Well, I will count them after. I'll look at this video's comments. I'll keep track. So make sure you comment after the video and let me know if you'd rather see evening videos or morning videos every day. Because I used to do mornings every day, and then now I kind of slacked off a little bit after New Year's. Never got really back into the groove. Been doing a lot of evening videos, but you guys let me know what you would rather see. And remember, I'm in Eastern time, so make sure you leave a comment after the video in the comment section, either saying evening or morning, and then I'll go through them and see 1 and 2. I mean, some days maybe, but it's pretty time consuming. So, but just let me know in the comments, and then if you want, put live or recorded next to it too. That would be good. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. I am gonna get out of here now. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up on your way out. There's a free Discord group. Links it in the description below. Also, if you want to check out the Lux Algo indicator, my wife's webpage, Prime XBT, and if you don't have a VPN, I do have a VPN link down there with a great discount on it. I do suggest using a VPN just for another safety, especially if you're on the internet doing stuff. Using a VPN is just another layer of protection, and I think the discount on that is like 60% or 80% or something, so it's super cheap. Check it out. All right, guys, I'm out. Thanks again for stopping by.